Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Rhythm and Wit. My name is David Steele, and today we are here at the 26th Annual Plaza District Festival. And we are doing some interviews with some of the music artists. Welcome in, and special shout out to OKC Improv for letting us use their space to film in. And everyone check out okcimprov.com if you want to learn more about what they do here. And yeah, we hope you enjoy the video.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us today. We're Rhythm and Wit. Can you tell us your names and the name of your group and the genre of your group?
My name's Dylan.
I'm Sarah.
Maddie.
I'm Drennan.
I'm Alistair.
We're Diva. Oh my goodness, what genre do you guys play?
That's a great question. I think we fit in alt. Really kind of depends on who you ask.
Thank you so much. Now please make some noise for Diva.
A mashup.
Yeah, we're in there somewhere. we play well with others.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about your performance today and like what songs you're gonna be playing or anything like that?
Yeah, we primarily are playing a lot of stuff that we have written. We've got a couple fun covers that we throw in there with a whole game involved. But we play a really high energy set. We like to wear ourselves out by the end of everything, and we like to play a really, really passionate and big energy set.
We like to break strings.
Yeah.
Speak on that, if you will.
We like to break strings.
It doesn't matter if it's 9 gauge 12 strings, we're gonna break them. But,
It's a full circle back to the full energy set.
Yeah,
we
I was gonna say,
consistently
it's not
break
just-
things on stage.
Absolutely.
Because we're eating down so hard.
I love it. I love it.
Someone's
How
gotta do
long
it.
have y'all been playing music as a group?
Dylan and I started Diva in May of 2024-ish, May-ish, spring of 2024. And then January of 2025, we played our first show together. And we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
So fun.
Can you talk a little bit about one of your earliest music inspirations to play music?
Oh, this is an all of us question. I think that we all come from it with different vibes and different inspirations, and they are all so vastly different. And I think that's what makes it so much fun, and that's why we have so much fun playing together, because it's not like one specific thing. Dylan, we'll start with you.
Oh, this is the easiest answer of all time. Easiest answer. Yeah, so no, I just kind of grew up a really, really big Beatles fan. And for me, like when I listen to them specifically, like a lot of their music, they elicit like a reaction in people, whether it's like a foot tap, whether it's a little head bob, you know, like I like how music can elicit like physical reactions and, you know, singing along and stuff. And so for me, like a big motivation when like I write music or make music, perform, whatever, is like maybe not necessarily an audience physical reaction, but some type of like, you know, perception of it or something like that. Like I like giving people feelings and you know, reactions and stuff. So
and like,
yeah. So that's me.
I don't really know how to answer this because music has never not been a part of my life. I just kind of have always done it. I come from a musical family. Both my parents play piano. My great aunt had a record label in the 50s. She worked at Sun Studios.
Oh, okay.
And so literally drums have just been kind of from the day I was born what I wanted to do. So yeah, that's kind of it.
definitely
That's awesome.
been a part of your life. That's great.
So I went through a big giant emo phase, And ironically enough, I was studying musical theater in the throes of this big giant emo phase. But my dad and I every year went to Warped Tour, and it was always in the back of my mind. And it's the only genre I've ever gravitated back towards. I've played folk, I've played traditional rock, I've done musical theater, I've done all the different things, and I always come back to playing alt and playing in that emo-ish sphere. My big one was always My Chemical Romance, always. And it doesn't look like it, and I don't act like it, and I don't seem like it, but the lyricism and the storytelling that they put into their music and how they kind of build worlds around what they're very, very detailed in their writing. They set up the scene. You can see it play out, really picturesque. And that's kind of what I lean to as a lyricist. I don't have a lot of notes of the music or of the musicality of the song because it's not my place to be in. It's not what I thrive in the most. But when I am thinking about lyrics and when I'm writing lyrics, I set up the scene, I set up the world, and it all tailors back from that.
All right. Well, mine's not as detailed as everyone else's. But I was kind of the first one in my family to do music. I started playing bass around 10 years old, and I mean that's what I'm doing today. And I'd say like my biggest inspirations is my parents always grew me up on like late 90s rock, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, Pearl Jam. So I'd say that was like my first inspiration into music. That's kind of what got me to start playing bass.
Ooh, great! I have the mic now. Oh, this is so hard. It's so hard. You know, I've been playing music my entire life. I think the first time I touched an instrument was 20 years ago, when I was 7 or 8. And so I haven't stopped since. You know, like Drennan, I'm the only musician in my family, even my extended family. My biggest inspirations, you know, when I was a kid was bands like My Chemical Romance and Green Day and whatever my brother was bumping in the basement at the time, you know, and a lot of good music, a lot of bad music. But yeah, we don't talk about those. But, you know, right now, I would say in recent years, you know, in the last decade, local musicians for me have been the biggest inspiration. You know, seeing whether it was, you know, the first jazz musicians I saw live here in OKC back in 2015, 2016, all the way up to the local DIY and emo bands and alt bands here in the city that these people do it for the love of the game. They do it for the passion. And it was so incredibly inspiring for me. And I've been so grateful that those same people have offered me a spot in their community. And I want to offer more people like that a spot in that community. So the biggest inspiration are the musicians around me. Thank you, guys.
That is so amazing.
I think the cool thing too, especially when it comes to recording, is that because we come from all different backgrounds, you see it play out in places that we wouldn't be able to step into, right? So for example, in recording, you know, I can get very far as a vocalist, right? But I'm hearing my part. I don't sing harmonies on that, right? So when it comes time now to sing harmonies, that's where we pull from his jazz side of things that I just don't have that background in, but he can see that out, right? When it comes to the performance side of things, Sarah's been in the performing world for a really, really long time. She's performed in the public eye for a really long time. I performed in different avenues in the public eye for a really long time. So when it comes to building that brand, building that image, making a very cohesive show, we've got that tailored so that we can can kind of put our input on there. With Drennan's background, he holds us down really steady so that when we're getting a little bit too light or a little bit too indie, we kind of settle back down again on the same way, that when we get a little too heavy, Dylan's part lightens us up so that we can be really versatile and we can play with a lot of different people and we can be, great players with all kinds of different genres because we've got so many different avenues that we're coming out of. That's my soapbox.
I love that you just honestly connected all of y'all's inspirations into one and how y'all's band just works and functions. I think that's such a wonderful way to put it. I haven't heard a musician ever do that before.
So what's been the most exciting thing about being here today?
It's a fun festival. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of festivals like this, Norman Music Festival, Plaza Fest, Paseo Fest, it's almost like a class reunion, right? The scene is so small, especially in Oklahoma. The Oklahoma music scene is so small that you kind of eventually get to know everybody. And then when you play festivals like this, it's like going to a class reunion. Everywhere you turn is somebody you haven't seen in a minute. Right. It's a lot of hugs, a lot of high fives, a lot of how are you doing? What are y'all doing today? Oh my God, that's so sick. It's a lot of that feeling, and that part is really, really fun. The show is always really fun to play. Playing for a festival is always fun. There's always stuff to do. There's a lot of big vendors. There's a lot of food trucks. That's always dope. But seeing people that you don't get to see very regularly because y'all all play too much to be able to see each other that often is the best part. That's the really fun part.
You get to catch other people's sets. That's one of the things I like about festivals. I get to see like 4, different local bands that I've been meaning to see, and can't make time for. Yeah. But the festival is a great way to see them all in one place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially these free festivals like what we have in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What is one of y'all's biggest challenges that you have faced as musicians?
I'll let you start this one.
Oh, we talked about this. It's gotten better over the years, but probably the most challenging thing in Oklahoma City has been a history of gatekeeping. A lot of not any particular bands, but between the different genres and venues, it's always been segregated in some way. The hardcore bands sticking with the hardcore bands, the country scenes by themselves, the emo scene, whatever it is. And it hasn't been until the last couple of years that we've been seeing more mixed bills. Bands of different genres playing together, or much less Tulsa and OKC bands playing together. We haven't seen that until the last few years. And right now, the hardest part is just venues. There's nowhere to play. I mean, there's very few places to play. There's a couple places on the street right now they've been popping off lately. But since COVID, a lot of places closed. There's a lot of there's no all ages venues. So when you're talking, you don't have any all ages venues, now half the community can't show up to your show. So we're wondering why we're playing to 5 people. And they're like, well, our audience is under 21, So I would say, it's gotten better over the years, but gatekeeping has been a huge problem. We haven't been able to combine communities together, and it's made it pretty difficult to play shows. And it's been difficult to get out-of-state bands to come play shows here. That's why they always pass through Oklahoma. Right? But it's getting better, and Maddie can...
Here's the other thing, too, right? Segue off of that. Here's the other thing, too. It is hard to get audiences to come out when the majority of your scene... Oklahoma is lowest on our minimum wage. We don't pay people very well here. And so a lot of people are having to take on jobs on the weekends. Well, that's when shows are being played. You can't expect audience members to come to a show that's $20 a ticket for a bunch of bands they don't know. And expect them to spend their entire evening when they have to make their ends meet, right? That's why festivals like this are so important, because you do play earlier in the afternoon. People can intertwine this within their day a little bit easier. That, and back on like the gatekeeping, and I'll speak for Sarah and I, as women in the alt scene, it's increasingly hard. It is a very negative space. It's a very male-dominated space, and to be taken seriously is hard. You have to sit in that fine line between being too brutal and just nice enough to be able to fit in, right? You don't want to be so kind that you get taken advantage of, but you don't want to be so brutal that nobody wants to work with you. But at the same time, we are running a business. At the end of the day, we all have to make money so that we can continue touring, that we can continue playing, we continue releasing music. It is a business, and it is increasingly hard in this scene, in this genre, in this state as women in bands to push forward in that. I think we've done a really good job. I will credit that to our specific blend of marketing and creative design that we have all put into the branding of this band. And again, if we're saying, you know, a band is in a way somewhat of a business, you know, a lot of that has to come into play. But it took a lot of work, and it took a lot of work prior to us being in a band, right? It took a lot of work on Sarah's part as she was becoming a musician. It took a lot of work on my part. I went to the ACM with, not with Drennan, but alongside, well,
Yeah.
Drennan is currently in the ACM. I graduated, but I went to the ACM. A lot of my work came from there and putting in time and effort and making those connections there. But it is a really long and hard road that is not even on both sides. And so that is difficult. It's less so now. I think those doors are opening more and more frequently. But when I was younger and when I was, you're 20? When I was Drennan's age,
He's allowed to play in bars.
yeah, we got him that day. We take care of him. When I was that age and still starting on the scene, those just weren't available. They just weren't. It just wasn't something that you saw very frequently. But that is changing. It's changing really rapidly, and I have to owe that credit to the other women in the scene, like Bailey Boy, like Bee in the Hive, like Roz, like Kat, like Keith Lee, like those other big prominent members that put out that good work and put out that community that allows everybody in. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, great answer. That's very good.
Yeah.
A wonderful point that you made. And kind of to sum it all up, where can we find y'all, and what other things are you have coming up? What do you want to shout out?
Oh, you can find us literally everywhere. Sarah and I work really, really, really hard to force all of the guys to make fun TikToks with us.
Yeah, you guys do a great job with
Thank you. I appreciate
that.
I work in marketing. It is my whole thing,
Nice.
and I force all of them to do it. And it's a lot of fun for me to edit. So it's definitely worth the push. But we're on Instagram at What Is Diva, and then we're on TikTok at And Who Is Diva. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We're on. No, it's Who Is Diva.
But they're right here.
Where is Diva? Where is Diva? We're on Spotify and Apple Music. We just put out a song yesterday. We surprise dropped a song out of the blue, and it's really fun. It's one of our most fun songs. It's a lot about nothing and a lot about everything all at the same time. We dropped a song in August and dropped another one in July. And we've been pretty consistently dropping music.
Nice.
We've got another one coming out soon. We're putting on a single release show at Speakeasy on the 24th. And then we're going and playing a Halloween show in Denton on the 25th. And then we're playing the ACM on November 20th. Oh, and then we're putting out a Christmas song before the end of the year.
And
for fun.
honestly, that's the thing I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
Like, that's,
This is our bone that we threw Dylan. We told him for Christmas we'd either let him record a Beatles song or get him guitar lessons, and letting him record a Beatles song is the cheapest thing as bandmates we can gift him.
Okay.
Do you want to spill the beans?
oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do Wonderful Christmas Time,
Nice.
which is a weird, like, it's a very polarizing song, and I don't understand why. I think it's one of the greatest Christmas songs of all time.
I love
But yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do the synths and stuff. We'll make it
I'm
work.
actually going to do it vocally.
Yeah.
Womp,
Just,
womp,
yeah.
womp, womp.
That's essentially kind of what we got going on. And then we go into the new year fast and heavy, like we all want to be.
Yeah.
So, that's
Yeah, you guys
what we
say
got rocking and rolling.
You guys are very busy. That's great to see, and we can't wait to see you perform today and see what you guys are going to get up to in the future. So thanks for talking with us today, and yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate
We
it.
really appreciate y'all. Good luck
All
at your
right.
show. Y'all are
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to be here today. This is a wonderful festival here with my amazing band. We're gonna go ahead and get started. This first song is called California Bound. I'm Kennedy Fine. I've been calling myself a pop indie artist, but I just recorded some songs that are more like indie rock. So I'd say like a good mixture now. Yeah, excited for the future.
So how was your performance today? How would you describe it to us as an audience, maybe?
Oh my goodness, it went so well. I was really proud of my band. We have a brand new guitarist with us, so we only had 2 rehearsals for the show.
Oh, wow.
And I was just so proud of everything and how everyone came together. I would just say, like, if I could describe it, it felt really electric, honestly, very powerful. So, and the crowd was really responsive, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah.
All the words you said just came out wrong. It's my eyes, see you
Yeah, how long have you been playing music? More so like as your band is, yeah.
Current setup?
Yeah,
Since
too.
February of this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
band is really new. I've been a solo artist for 3 years, and
Okay.
I mainly just was playing covers, a little bit mix of originals, and I decided I wanted to start playing more shows like this. So yeah, we played our first one at Resonant Head in February, and I've just been mainly playing originals ever since.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
What would you say was like your biggest inspiration to start doing music, or who was
For
your
sure.
inspiration?
I've always loved it. I was a theater kid. And I homeschooled, so hopefully no one can tell like the combination of both of those together. But I always loved music just because of the theater, and I did piano since I was, little. But when I went to Nashville for the first time when I was 14, I just decided to go to a songwriting camp because it was something I'd always been interested in, and that was like the turning point of I want to be like a pop indie artist. I want to write my own songs, and ever since then that's been the goal. And then COVID happened, and I didn't get to actually start doing it till I was 17.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
What was your favorite song you performed today?
It was an original called Criminal.
You'll know this is called Criminal, and it might be available to stream pretty soon.
That's one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and it's the most fun to play with the band. Yeah.
I've always been the human, though you think you're strong as you am. Then you start to play the victim, you put it around fiction. I wouldn't want to find myself in your position. With everybody asking why we fell apart without a sign. Oh, it's easy that it's so alright.
I get to catch that one. I really liked it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I love that one.
I liked it. I almost thought it was, you said Criminal. It's like, oh, is this Fiona Apple cover? You know that?
I love her. Idea.
That's
yeah.
a great song. I really like that.
For sure.
Anyways, but yours was great too.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, like, have you ever done a festival like this?
Yeah, I mean, we did the Paseo Festival.
Okay, you were there.
So I would say that was the closest one to this one. Plaza, both festivals are really special because they're both in arts districts, and I absolutely love that. This is my first time at Plaza Fest. Yeah.
So what has been the most exciting thing about being here today?
Oh my goodness. Honestly, the vibe is unbeatable. I love the plaza because everyone is just very much so themselves and colorful, and I don't know, it's like if me was a district. So
Yeah.
I just feel like,
I love that.
yeah, I love the energy in the plaza. It's my favorite place in Oklahoma. So genuinely just getting to play in my favorite district meant something.
been scraped and somehow it's typical. I'm a bad guy. Well, whatever helps us sleep at night.
Yeah.
You had mentioned, or before we recorded, that this was like your first show was in the Plaza. Is that right?
Yeah. When I was 17, so I'm good friends with Diana at Bad Granny's. Love her. Shout out Bad Granny's. But yeah, when I was 17, the Calderon Dance Festival was going on here, and she was like, "You sing, like you should put yourself out there." And that was my very first gig.
Yeah. Is anything kind of like reflective of that performance and today's performance? Anything similar at all, or
A little bit. Some of the originals I've been playing for 3 years now, so
wow.
I couldn't name off the top of my head, but I know for sure there was at least 1 or 2 originals that I sang today that I sang 3 years ago.
absolutely? So you have been doing this for around like 3 years, consistently, or just like
Consistently, yeah.
What would be one of the biggest challenges you've faced so far, kind of like in the Oklahoma music scene or in the music scene as a woman in general?
For sure. That's a great question. There's definitely times where I have put myself out there, and then I'll look at the lineup and there's no one who looks like me on the lineup. It's all men. And then even sometimes I've tried to call someone out and be like, don't you think we should get some female artists? And it's not always taken the right way. So yeah, that's definitely a struggle in and of itself. But I would say another struggle just as an artist in general is not letting a no make you want to quit.
Yeah.
Especially when I was younger, it was really hard, and it's taken not like a while, but a lot of persistence to turn that energy from something that's sad to something that's like, well, now I'm stubborn. Like now I really want this.
So you got to take that and use it as motivation to continue.
Exactly. Taking it from sadness to motivation. That's been the biggest struggle, but also the biggest reward at the end of the day. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, where can people find you online and see more of your work? And do you have any other shows coming up that you want to shout out?
For sure. So my Spotify is Kennedy Fine, and it's my real name because some people ask me that, but it's my real name. My socials are Kennedy Fine Music. I got 2 shows coming up. I got one in Harrah, Oklahoma at a brand new venue called Okie State Room. It's a renovated theater. So
I know that
awesome.
place because one of my friends is putting on comedy shows there.
No, I just saw that they're doing that. I want to catch one so
they
bad.
Had one like last night or something.
I love comedy. Yeah, that's so sick. I love that.
Okay.
And then I'm playing with Diva, who you just interviewed.
Right.
Yes, love them. And Wet Muscles and Norman at Opolis on the 17th.
Okay,
Nice.
Yeah.
I live in Norman, so I'll definitely have to get
Oh, hell yeah,
That'd be
for
amazing.
sure.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us today, Kennedy. It's been wonderful to meet you, and I hope you have such a wonderful day.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for
Yes,
having me.
Thank you. Hey.
Great.
Thank you guys so much.
That was fun.
Follow your fingertips chasing Orion. You call me but try to get back to your house, but you stop when your bird goes down with me and shining. And you can promise me forever to say that it was said. But in this day, the stars are breaking in the sky. Turning the lights out, you and I was blowing wishes and wasted time. You were my light, I wasn't down in your mind. The stars are instead of roses, it's just no ultimatum. Used to be proud that it was mine to go. Now my lips only tell all my friends how much I hate them. You wouldn't promise me forever, how did I cross the way? Shouldn't believe the stars are broken in the sky. Turning the lights out on you and I was blowing wishes for the ways to die. You were my world, I wasn't down in your mind. The stars are broken and that's with my head. I still see you shine, the light shadows of bed. I came up to life, I feel you alone. When it gets hard, you give up and you go. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. All right, I want to take a minute to introduce my band. This is Montana on the keys, Tommy on bass, Zane on drums, and for the first time playing with us, Blake Ricker on guitar.
I'm still working on getting you guys coffee. Love you. All right, I hope you guys have a good set, and I'll see you after the sun. Bye.
My name's Luke Roundtree, and the group's called Luke Roundtree's Wild Mercury. And we play like an Americana folk rock.
Yeah, so is the Wild Mercury a new addition? Yeah, because I don't think you had that the last time we spoke.
No, well, and I'm really bad at marketing.
Yeah.
But my first album just says Luke Roundtree. But
Right.
I've come from a background of bands and always love, just that marquee of a band. And so it's not technically anyone specific, but it's just who I've got around me at that time.
That's your group.
Yeah.
The backing band name. That's
And
great.
it stayed pretty static the last 2 years, but yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your performance today and kind of what songs you'll be playing and anything like that?
Yeah, so today we're really excited because this year we've been working on a new album to release next year, and so we're going to play a couple of songs from there. The band's had a chance to rehearse a few of them, and so we're gonna throw ourselves out there and get a little dangerous and play some things we haven't played in front of people. So that'll be good. And then there's obviously some stuff off of Milk River that we'll play. But yeah, we played here last year and it was such a fun time, and it's just cool to be out here and sometimes the fall, Oklahoma, it brings its heat. But it's such a cool festival, and we really enjoy it. So it's good to be here.
So how long have you been playing music, just like as a solo artist in general?
Yeah, I've been playing as a solo artist just for about 3 years. I was in my early 20s and late teens. I had a band with kind of coming out of high school, and we did the band thing for about 10 years. And then I took off basically playing live. I was a worship pastor for a time, and was kind of hooked up into that. And then once that was done, I really felt like it's time to write some. I had these songs, I had some new ones, and I thought I'm gonna go record them. And so it's just kind of spiraled naturally and organically, and we just keep playing and enjoy playing together, and the songs keep coming, so we're coming as it goes.
Have you always done like an Americana type genre, or have you branched out into other genres?
Yeah, so more indie rock was probably the band that I was formerly in, and but from a songwriting perspective, this is probably just what I naturally do and enjoy.
little bit about your like early influences playing music, and like who would you say your music is styled after, if anyone?
Yeah, so early influences, they came from my parents and what was being played in the house. And my dad was a 70s rocker with the Eagles and the Doobie Brothers and bands like that. And then my mom was into like pop, and so I got early 90s Amy Grant pop. But it was a lot of mixture. But then, you know, every kid kind of finds their own music when they're early teens, and so a lot of that was your typical mid 90s, late 90s bands, and that's really where I got to enjoy that Americana sound with bands that came out at the time of like the Wallflowers and the Counting Crows, and loved Tom Petty, and then I also had a lot of background from a friend of mine who kind of taught me about 50s and 60s, just kind of pop music, but also that rock music that came out in the 60s, and just all of that happened. So it kind of, I don't know per se if you know, I feel like I'm just a pool of a bunch of influences, and you know, hopefully what influences you come out with something original.
Yeah, that's
and
kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of my goal, is to, you know, take my influences that I love and you know, come out sounding like me.
Absolutely. So is this the first, I'm assuming this is not the first festival you played. Have you played other festivals in the past? What were they?
Yeah, we played here. We played earlier this year, we played the Arts Festival, and then we did the Tulip Festival as well, which was really fun. And we played down at Scissortail.
Thank y'all. How y'all doing, Plaza? Had a good day? My name's Luke Roundtree, and these are my friends. I like to call them the Wild Mercury. Makes me feel better. This new one is off of an upcoming album we're going to hopefully release next year, and it's called Born in the Territory.
So what's been like one of the most exciting things about being here today? Anything?
Well, I don't know if you call it exciting, but it's maybe exciting, nerve-wracking. Okay. But we are playing with a new drummer today, and he's never played with us, but he's seasoned and he knows what he's doing, so we'll be great.
A lot of drummers can kind of pick up pretty quickly. With if you're a good drummer, you can kind of sit in and probably have zero rehearsals in some cases.
But no, really just excited to play and get in front of people and play some of these new songs.
It's
really a fun thing to do. So.
That's awesome.
The new drummer, I know, is like, it's going to be good, but it's like maybe a fearful challenge. Have you faced any challenges like in the Oklahoma music scene at all?
You know, I wouldn't say per se. You know, I kind of had an experience in the 2000s and the teens when I was with my band, and we kind of cut our teeth here. And as I got back into it, you know, there's a lot of people who are just, the scene is really welcoming here in Oklahoma. There's a lot of people doing a lot of cool things, and it's just kind of, it's neat to be a part of that. And to kind of, and there's, you know, one of the things I will say, a local venue called Resonant Head has just been so super to us.
They're so amazing.
They are.
Yes.
They let us do, like, after we finished our album, they let us do like a album release just show there,
party,
and they've allowed us to play there, and so just having people like that who love local music and support it is it gives you all the support you feel like you need, and there's not any walls put up.
It's exactly like a good sense of community.
Yeah.
I would say that's definitely the Oklahoma music scene for sure.
where can people find you online and see more of your work? And is there any shows coming up that you want to shout out?
Yeah, we are going to hit the studio in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So we're
awesome.
kind of not scheduling anything right now. But they can find me at LukeRoundtree.com. And then on Instagram, Luke Roundtree Music. And you know, for the older generation like me, Facebook.
Yeah, right.
That's but no, just Google it and you'll see us. But yeah, so we're excited to hit the studio and hopefully have our album out next year. And,
cool.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Be promoting that. So
awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to hear that, and definitely, hopefully, reach out and maybe talk about that when that comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks so much, Luke.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Yes, it was great to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, great. Can you tell us your name and kind of what kind of art you make?
Yeah, my name's Katie Graham, and I'm a fiber artist based in Midwest City. I primarily do embroidery and machine applique.
And I know that you also are involved with something called the Artist Closet.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. The Artist Closet is a community initiative based out of Mycelium Gallery in Oklahoma City, and we take art supply donations and redistribute them to creatives for free.
Yeah, I love that. That's very, very great thing to give back to the community.
It's my way to give back. If I can do anything, I can spend a day going through art supplies once a week and organizing them and redistributing them to people. Like, it's the least I can do. You know.
Yeah.
This is my first year at Plaza Fest, but I've been working for myself for the last 4 years, selling art at shows, online, stuff like that.
Have you been able to catch any of the music tonight, or is there anybody that stood out that you maybe...
I can't remember their name, but they did like a bunch of folk music. They did a bunch of folk covers, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
They were so good. I was like so glad I'm front and center, front row.
Yeah, you're in the best spot for sure.
It's great.
Okay, great. Well, is there anything else exciting about being here that you want to maybe notice?
I love coming to the Plaza District just in general. So this was really cool for this to be my first market here ever. It's just cool to be a part of it, and I'm happy to be here. Yeah, awesome. It's just been fun. Yeah, you can find me at Threaded Fables and on my website threadedfablesbykatie.com.
All right. Well, thanks, Katie. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
I have like a golden plug. I have one. It might be. Hi y'all, how's it going?
I'm David Steele.
What's up? I feel like I know you.
You've probably seen me around music.
So my name is Mike Carlisle, and I'm a visual artist primarily, but I do multimedia stuff as well. But my main kind of squeeze has always been painting, and so I really like to use vibrant, bold colors. And I would say my work is like psychedelic illustrations, but it's like internal, and we talk a lot about in my work like love, death, drugs, beauty, religion. I kind of had a really crazy upbringing, and so with religion, and so that has translated into art and my relationship with death and existentialness, essentially.
Higher vibration.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, how long have you been painting and creating art? Can you talk a little bit about that? Or maybe as a more professional capacity anyway?
Sure. So I will say I've been creating art ever since as long as I could hold a pencil.
That's usually the answer to that question.
I sold my first painting ever when I was 17.
Okay.
I picked up painting specifically when I was in high school, and that was kind of like, I like to paint. I really like to paint, and it just like they kind of kept coming and cranking them out, and people often would contact me for commission work. And then, so I feel like professionally I've been doing this for over 10 years.
Yeah. I've definitely known your name and for a while, and definitely probably been following you for at least the past couple years online. So it's great to meet you and talk to you.
Thanks, you too.
One question I'd like to ask is, and I kind of know the answer, but are there any other forms of art that you practice, like performance art or comedy or acting or anything like that?
Yeah, I do poetry as well, so I incorporate a lot of my like poetry into my visual art as well. Like I'm a typewriter poet, and then I perform poetry, and then I also I've gotten back recently this year into singer-songwriter stuff, and so I like to write songs and I like to sing them. One of these days though, I'm gonna do some comedy. That is like, I really feel drawn, but it also is the art form that scares me the most.
It is, because it's very kind of personal and like putting yourself out there. So I mean, on a different way that
it just feels more vulnerable. That one feels way more vulnerable. But I feel like if you can do comedy, you can do anything.
It's
kind of like condensed.
Awesome. So what would you say is like one of the biggest challenges that you're currently facing trying to practice art and sell art in Oklahoma?
Well, for me specifically, I like to paint penises.
Okay.
Like, can I just show you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so like this one here.
Okay,
So this is my Dick Vader. So Darth Vader is a really complex character, right? I have daddy issues, but also I have issues with like hyper masculinity, and so I don't know. There's been a lot of like aggressive behavior from men, and so I feel like this is me trying to be like, we don't need to be afraid. Like we need to find some common ground. I feel like a lot of these have like a sense of humor about it. In that sense, being in Oklahoma is challenging because you're gonna get some people who, but that's kind of everywhere. But I'm also like okay with pushing boundaries.
A little bit of it. I do think it's like it's a little bit more forgivable when it comes to like visual art. I feel like. I mean,
I would agree.
You know,
like that's what art is supposed to do. And so sometimes I think that like establishments or like galleries or whatever might be a little reluctant to host me just because I am a little bit more boundary pushing.
Okay, well that's a great answer. Last question is like, where can people find you online, and maybe somewhere else they can find you next?
So you can find me online on my website, which is my name, megcarlisle.com, but it's with 3 M's, so it's like Meg Carlisle. And then I sell work at DNA Galleries. I sell work at Mixtape Bonus Track and Factory Obscura. I sell on Instagram. Those are really the only two places in the city right now. Stash and Norman. But I'm on the gram, so hit me up.
All right, well thanks so much for talking with us. Nice meeting you.
You too.
All right,
have a great
you
Plaza
too.
Fest.
Thanks.
Hi y'all, how's it going?
The canopy actually. This is a new. They just opened this place. So can you tell us your name and particularly, like, I guess, because you're a visual artist and, like, what kind of art you make?
Yeah, I'm Maeve Wise. I'm a graphic designer and visual artist. I'm a muralist. I do installation art as well. And I make acrylic jewelry, silly acrylic jewelry.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then we're here in the Canopy, a new art space that's just open. How long have you guys been open?
So Dusty Gilpin and Carlos Barboza took over the lease in October of last year, I believe. It's a very old building. It was an old dance studio. It needed a lot of work, a lot of renovation. So they spent basically the winter they ripped up all the floor, took out the walls, took out the ceiling. Built out these studios and rewired everything, new HVAC and all of that. So we all kind of moved in and started working out of the space in like mid-January of this year, I believe.
Okay. So you've been in here for a while, but is this, I know that there's the Little Trees art show going on now, and that's kind of the first kind of public exhibition you guys have?
Yeah, so this is the first public show that we've had, and we are private artist studios, so these are kind of just our offices. Nice. We don't really keep like business hours, so we put on this show, and then we did 3 show dates. So it was the night before the Live on the Plaza in September, the following night, the night of Live on the Plaza, Cruise the Plaza, the car show, and then today, Plaza District Festival. We're open all day for people to view it, and for the people that have purchased art to come pick it up and take it home with them. Oh,
this is cool. Yeah, I've heard about this place. I did an interview recently with Todd Clark, and he told me a lot about it, and we talked about. So I'm really happy to come in. I wasn't able to come into the other openings, but I know like several of the artists that did art for this show.
Yeah,
so it's
I was
exciting.
Going to say Todd's one of the artists in the show. His piece sold, so congrats to Todd.
Yeah, he's amazing. So you did one of the murals for the expo, or not this one?
Yeah, so I'm working, so the Canopy crew, which is, myself, Dusty Gilpin, Carlos Barboza, and Tony Thunder, we're painting on this outside wall here on Gatewood on the outside of our space. And then since it is the 10-year anniversary, Dylan Bradway, who's co-founder of OMS, vice president, finally got to do another solo wall this year. So he's working on that, and then he'll come back after festival's over and add a little bit to the piece, so all 5 of us will be in a collaborative piece on the wall together. Yeah, for sure.
One question I always like to ask is, do you do any other forms of art, like a performance art, or have you ever thought about doing comedy or something like that?
I did participate in the sketch comedy show at my college, but that was ages ago.
It's always an interesting thing I like to ask, because usually as an artist or whatever you do, there's usually something else that you've tried at least. Curious.
I mean, a little bit. Throughout my creative career, I've kind of been a bit of an odd jobber, so I can, I've got all kinds of things. I guess it just kind of depends on what is like captivating my attention span, at the moment. Yeah, for sure. But there's always, there's always things I want to learn and expand my skill set. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You always just try something and see if it fits. And I always like it because it's like there's always something you can learn from the other forms of art to incorporate in whatever it is you do.
Absolutely.
So let me just ask one question I like to ask is there any kind of specific challenge that you're currently facing or maybe have had faced practicing art in Oklahoma?
Yeah, a little bit. There were, up until very recently, we had really, really strict, laws, like rules and regulations in place as far as like public art and what is considered a sign or an advertisement and what is considered just like public art for the sake of expression. And so there were a lot of restrictions on that, which Dylan and other people working with OMS, the 501c3 that is, Plaza Walls. They worked pretty tirelessly with some other, organizers and legislators to kind of get some of those laws like loosened up a little bit to make it more accessible. And obviously, it is a generally like conservative state, so some art as activism sometimes doesn't go over so well. So there's always a challenge with that, but I think just persistence is key, and
Yeah, that's great. Great answer. So last question, where can people find you on the internet?
It's Canopy OKC on Instagram, and that the bio, I believe, has all of our tags in it. I'm Maeve Makes Magic. My website is mavemakesmagic.fun.
All right, well, thank you. So nice talking to you, Maeve.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you, yeah.
We're the Sweet Talkers.
Yes.
We're an alternative rock band from Oklahoma City. We've been around since about 2017,
Right,
but
yeah.
we have some new additions. I'm Tyler. This is
Dakota.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Montana.
I'm Tommy.
So, yeah, can you guys talk a little bit about your performance today at the festival and maybe what songs you're excited about playing today?
Yeah, we're playing mostly songs from our new album, newish. It was in June. Rhinestone Reality. And maybe one or two older songs from our first EP, Electric
Nice.
Affair.
Cool.
Yeah, should be pretty good.
I should have seen your eyes turn red. I could have ran away.
Can you talk a little bit about your inspirations and who would you say your music is styled after? I think I know the answer to this.
Like the Killers,
Right.
Joy Division,
The new wave.
yes, New Order, like all of those, again, 80s kind of new wave inspired, but so those are probably our most like heavily influenced.
But is it a little bit more rock and influenced?
Because I like, also like Foo Fighters and Kings of Leon and like some of those more like regular kind of alternative rock bands.
Yeah, definitely along my favorite genres. I love the Killers and the kind of indie rock style. That's awesome.
It's always our favorite too.
Yeah. So what about the rest of you guys? Is there any kind of influence, maybe how you started with, like for you personally?
Yeah, so like a lot of other kids, I really got hooked on classic rock from my dad. And my dad also was the first person to start teaching me guitar. And then like an influence that I think Tyler and I really bonded over was John Mayer and kind of that like guitar virtuoso sphere. And that was kind of when I first met Tyler and we started talking about that. That's kind of when like I knew that we spoke the same musical language.
For sure, that's awesome.
Yeah, for me, like I'd always listened to rock and all that stuff. Like Pink Floyd was a big influence.
Yeah.
Rick Wright, what he does on keyboards, just kind of washing the background with stuff, it was always really cool. And then like I played piano my whole life, so whenever it like eventually came to that, I just kind of learned how to do the same techniques, and it fits right in with what
that's how you kind of learn those songs growing up and kind of learn.
Technically our newest edition.
Okay, yeah.
And him and I actually bonded a lot over Daft Punk.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Love
for sure.
Daft Punk, for sure, one of my favorites. And what about you?
Yeah, I'd say as far as rock goes, I definitely like the classic stuff. Like I love the band, and just like the really early stuff. But coming into this band, I learned to love a lot of the new wave stuff.
That's great.
I got exposed to a lot of it.
That's always good. That's what I love playing in bands, because it's like I always say this, like you take like 5 guys, right? Like you all have different backgrounds of why you started playing, and you take those and infuse them into something that none of you could create on your own. You know, it's like a culmination of all this stuff. So I love hearing that for sure. Different influences there. So yeah, and so how long have you been playing music, I guess, together as a group? And you guys can each, if you got your own stories with that.
Together with these 3 guys, probably about a year and a half. Dakota I've known since about 2016. We started the band in 2017.
So you guys were 2 of the original members, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we both went to ACM, the Academy of Contemporary Music, and that's how we met. Yeah. And he had a flyer put up. I texted him because he had some same band interests, and we met, I think, once or twice, and we were trying to get like a guitar player or something like that, and it didn't really like work out for whatever reason. And so we didn't probably see each other again for like a year or so, and I was in probably 2 or 3 other bands at the time. And then
that's how it goes. You're a drummer, right?
We wound up playing a show together, like the same show. And I think at the time they didn't have a bass player. And so I essentially offered, I was like, hey, like I'm learning how to play bass. If you're okay with that, like I'll play bass for you. And he's like, no, like actually the guy who played drums with us is better at bass. So then just be our drummer.
So you swapped.
And
that's
so,
awesome.
But yeah, and then since then, again, that was probably 2017-ish, and then for the most part, it's been me and Tyler, and then like obviously COVID hit, and obviously hit a lot of people really hard, and so
down progress for sure.
So pretty much we had one guy who was kind of I would consider part of the band, and then we had a couple people filling in for us on shows, and he wound up quitting music basically altogether. He doesn't, as far as I know, he doesn't play live anymore. So it was pretty tough, like trying to fill back out the band with just me and Tyler.
But then you brought in these guys.
So then these guys all
Craigslist farm.
Craigslist, we got Nathan.
Cool.
And then from Nathan we met Tommy, and then through Tommy we met Montana. Nice. So it kind of just all fell into place.
Have you ever played a festival like this before? Or, what's the experience been like?
I think we've done Plaza Fest before.
Cool.
We've also played. We played Paseo just this year. We've done Norman Music Fest. We played Britain District Festival.
Oh, nice. You're all over.
Yeah, we did like a fundraising event, I think, down in Moore at a industry, and then we played at pretty much all the kind of bar venues / places here.
You've hit them all up by this point for sure. Yeah, those are great.
I love a good
Resident Head. I love that venue. You guys played at Resident Head yet?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. That's where our album release show was.
Okay, yeah. So. What's the most exciting thing about being here today?
Like, it's cool that our city has a lot of these areas and they do that kind of stuff, just to get people out, because in the digital age, it's hard to kind of find new audience members unless you're really savvy on tech, and we're not. And so being able to actually get out in front of people, because that's always better too, being able to play in front of people.
Help spread the word for your music that way. Yeah, that's how we've always done it. So it's a good, always tried and true way to meet new fans, hopefully. So what's like one of the biggest challenges you're currently facing or had to face while performing music in Oklahoma?
I mean, obviously like COVID, because everybody can relate to that. But there have definitely been, I feel like, highs and lows in Oklahoma City on the music industry. Like there's been times where it's been kind of really great, and then a couple times, again, obviously COVID had an effect on it, but things really kind of
dropped it off for sure.
So, I mean, just again, I think the first band I joined was in 2016. I can't even tell you how many friends, like other bands we played with, just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the scene is definitely, there's very few. I think you guys are probably one of the few that are have existed before COVID and still are around.
We just got to outlast everyone.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's great.
So,
yeah.
But that was pretty tough
that's
trying to
a
get
tough one.
When
And
it,
basically
again, it was-
having to rebuild it after that.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because again, it was just Tyler and I. And
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, like Tyler can play, like I said, most instruments, and so
Yeah.
we could at least like write demos for
Record,
songs,
yeah,
and
do
then
that.
I can do the drums and stuff like that.
Cool.
But like obviously, like playing live, it's tough to do the kind of music we do with two people.
Yeah, for sure. You kind of need that full band to fill it out for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess kind of last question is like, where can people find you online, and do you have any upcoming shows you want to shout out?
Yeah, we have a show on November 14th,
Nice.
right, at 51st Speakeasy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we love playing there. They're always great to us.
Yeah. And then, do you guys have like social media? Do you want to shout out, or
Yeah.
website maybe?
On Instagram, you can find us at the Sweet Talkers Music on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or you can go to our TikTok page, The Sweet Talkers, or our website, thesweettalkersmusic.com.
Yeah, the website's always, I think, the best option usually.
Yeah, kind of brings
And
everything
it's nice
together.
whenever people have that, because a lot of bands don't make one. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, y'all. This has been a great interview.
Thank
I'm
you. We
excited to
really
see y'all-
appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see y'all play tonight. So
Yeah.
All right.
Anytime.
thanks. So can you tell us your names and the name of the group and like the genre of music you guys would say you are?
I'm Taylor Dalton Young. I'm Jeff. Frankie. I'm Rainey. Yeah, we're like pop punk, punk rock.
We're Limp Wizards.
Yeah, we're Limp Wizards. We should say that first, right?
Hardcore, is that something you guys identify with? Yeah.
I think in spirit, especially like, when we started out, we did nothing but play hardcore shows, and we were always like the odd man out,
Yeah, because you guys are a little bit more pop punk style than that, but it kind of still blends.
Definitely, and then a lot of the bands we listened to growing up was either one side of the spectrum or the other. It's either Green Day or
Minor Threat.
CKY.
CKY.
Yeah. Yeah, I love CKY. That's like skateboard music for sure. Can you talk about the performance today? Did you guys get to play any of the fan favorites, or can you talk a little bit about what you played?
Yeah, it was a pretty wide mix tonight from some of our real early stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple off our most recent release. But just a good blend, especially we're in the studio now, so hopefully.
So working on some new stuff.
Yeah.
Did you play any new stuff tonight?
No, we were gonna, but we backed out.
Yeah.
But,
maybe not quite ready.
Exactly.
Not there yet.
We cut 2 tonight. Here, hopefully by the new year, we'll have some new stuff infused into the set.
That'll be exciting.
And we got enough tunes to where we can change it up. But that was kind of our core set of stuff right there, for sure.
How long have you guys been playing as a group together?
As a band since 2012, is when we started, and then 2013?
I was 2012.
2012 as well.
Yeah.
So they kind of started off more as like a bedroom, like project band, not really doing shows, you know. And then it kind of evolved from there. And then Rainey joined. We've known him for about that long as well, but he's been in the band about a year now.
Nice.
See, it was June of last year. That I joined, and I thought it was pretty crazy. What was it? In 1 year, we did 26 shows.
Wow,
so
you guys are busy.
27 shows, so every other week we were doing a show.
Was that like you guys run tour and stuff like that?
A little bit of both. We've done some out of town dates, and then there was a lot of local stuff too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think he joined the band, and 2 weeks later we're like, "You ready?" Back to back gigs and all stuff. So yeah, we threw him right in the fire.
That's great. Yeah, you guys are definitely busy, and that's something that's like I always forget. But you guys, I've known the name Limp Wizards for probably 10 years or at least. You know, so it's great to.
Yeah, if only we would put a little more thought into that band name, right?
It's cool.
But Frankie brought up a good point. He always has said that for every person that sees a flyer and thinks Limp Wizards, like that's stupid.
Yeah.
There's twice as many people who come up and they're like, that was such a weird name. Like I had to check it out. I didn't know what it was going to be.
Yeah.
So it might work to our benefit, but we don't spell wizards correctly either. So it's like,
good luck Googling that one.
Right. Yeah.
We'll never mix us up with anybody.
That's awesome. Yeah, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but what are some of like your early influences to play music? I mean, you guys can each answer that if you like.
For me personally?
Yeah.
Okay. Coheed and Cambria's first record, Second Stage Turbine Blade.
So recently, I say like Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
Cool. Because like I love Title Fido, Basement, Tiger Straw, that sort of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, growing up, I was your typical Green Day, Blink-182, Sum 41, Fall Out Boy, those guys. I'm a huge System of a Down fan.
Oh yeah.
But I had something else. The other band escaped me. I'll pass it to Ted.
Pretty much everything they said, but I'm also a major hip hop head. Like Project Pat is probably my favorite rapper. 3 6 Mafia. You know.
Yeah. You guys dabble in the hip hop. I know you guys do a lot with S3D. You guys mentioned you guys are good friends.
And then
with him.
JB, he's performing right now.
Yeah.
And Jeff and I, long story, but we go way back with JB.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. He used to be kind of like a youth activist around here, and we went to a church where he was active in the church.
I think I know what you're talking about a little bit.
Yeah.
But
So JB knew us when we were like in 6th grade.
Right.
So,
all grown up together here. I mean, that's like a lot of local musicians. You kind of can't get away from that.
I will second before we leave. I just got to say Jimmy Eat World again.
Just go ahead and add them twice. That for sure. What kind of festivals have you played? Have you guys ever done the Plaza Fest before?
Yeah, we did it a couple years ago. I think we did the Grand.
Grand Royale.
Yeah, and then we've done Porch Fest around here. Yeah, we were supposed to play Paseo Fest the last 2 years, and it got rained out both years. We're every year at Norman Music Fest.
Right. Yeah.
We just
did Beers with Bands up in Minnesota.
Getting out for sure.
If they'll have us, we'll show up, man.
Festivals are the best.
You better look out. We're gonna show up.
We played this.
Stillwater's been doing some cool festivals up there through Release Radar.
There was one in Springfield, the house thing. We played this house venue where it was like a festival, quote unquote. It was like a 12-hour house show. That was cool.
Wow, that's fun.
The Pillar.
Thank you guys so much. We're Limp Wizards. We're playing October 24th at the Speakeasy.
Festivals are almost the best place to get like fresh ears because just tonight when we were playing, I guarantee there's people in the crowd who don't go to like local shows, DIY shows. Like their idea of a concert's like, I see Metallica once every 3 years, which is fine, but like, this is something maybe new for people to see local bands.
Yeah, fresh faces are always good, especially with some of our shows. You see a lot of the same people too.
Yeah.
So
you guys have little bit of a cult following, probably.
Unfortunately,
that's great though. That's impressive, honestly. Just because a lot of people would die for that. Or bands.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm being facetious or whatever, but no, it's a lot of fun.
Great.
For sure. Did I say that? Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, I think you used that correctly.
I might have nailed that.
You even listened to some podcasts. That's awesome.
Thank you, Look Wizards. JP's up next. We have merch for sale by our creepy van. Thank you.
What's like one of the biggest challenges you guys face or have faced trying to perform in Oklahoma recently or whenever?
I feel like as of now, we're pretty fortunate to where we can set up shows or get asked to play really cool stuff.
A lot easier than it has
definitely
been.
took some time to get there or whatnot, and but these guys would know more. They're the bookers in the band.
That's a Frankie. I think that's a Frankie thing for sure.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to add.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's great to hear that it's like you guys have overcome probably a lot of those things and have gotten to a point where you're kind of living.
I do have one thing that we're all 30, and so there was a time when like I feel like I was at the cutting edge of what was going on in like Oklahoma City DIY. And now if you ask me, like, where's the spot? It's like, oh, hell, I don't know. You know?
I feel that. I'm 38 now. I'm pushing 40. So, like, I'm definitely out of touch with a lot of, like, even you guys. I mean, it's like that kind of hardcore genre or punk genre. It's like, I don't know any of those guys. So it's like,
I did think of another one, too. We finally got our van. So now you can travel.
Well, we've had another van in the past, but it didn't really work that well.
Yeah, this
van's pretty good.
That's awesome.
I think I would just say a little bit more about what Jeff says. We're just fortunate right now.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
We'll be on the same page and be like goal oriented, kind of like objective oriented with everything. Like set a goal and try to meet it.
Yeah.
So, but just stuff like getting in recording.
Yeah, that's always a challenge. Just
trying to be
finances and stuff like that. Yeah, scheduling. Yeah, the typical. Awesome. So I guess that's kind of it. Where can people find you guys online, and do you guys have any upcoming shows you want to shout out?
We play October 24th at the 51st Street Speakeasy.
Yeah, okay.
Who are we playing that with, Frankie? Diva.
Oh, yeah. We talked to them earlier.
Yeah.
They're great.
Really cool. But like Jeff said, we're recording right now. I think it's going to be a full length, I think.
Yeah.
But we should have a single or two out by the end of the year.
Cool.
And music on all platforms.
Yeah.
So wherever you can find
Make sure you spell Wizards.
WIZURDZ.
Yeah.
It will probably still pull up if you spell it wrong. It'll just be
spell it right.
Did you mean Limp Bizkit? Yeah, kidding.
Yeah,
that was. I mean, that's where he hates when I say this. But I mean, that's where it was derived.
Yeah.
You know? There's a classic story of like my 12th birthday party. My dad woke us all up playing Limp Bizkit one morning and a chocolate starfish in the hot dog flavored water.
5 in the morning. It was so loud.
So that kind of became a thing, and then we'd listen to a lot of Tenacious D.
Yeah.
And so we were like, Limp, Wizards, okay, cool.
Okay,
you know, he don't like when I say that sometimes.
No, it's been so long now. We would be disingenuous to like change it or hide it. It's like we're Limp Wizards.
That's like it's the identity. But yeah, all right. Well, thanks y'all. This has been great chatting with you.
Appreciate it.
Love the set. You guys did a great job. So look forward to seeing more. All right.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
And hip-hop artist and activist and business owner and father and wonderful friend and also curator of Made with Love with the Oklahoma Mural Syndicate, bringing murals and Juneteenth on the east to the east side. Please make some noise for the one and the only JB. Let's go. Come on, Reaper.
The blind stands on me again.
My name is JB and I make hip hop music.
Never tell a lie to boost your self-esteem. Don't think you selling art, you've been selling memes. No designer enchiladas for the red and green. How we supposed to know your story when you tell it wrong? Vicious cycle, 20 hours on the Peloton. Why you trying to get a charge, trying to get along? I guess all those false statements make a better song. Spark the water with a line, life is so divine. Acting like nothing's going, must be going blind.
So can you talk a little bit about your performance today? Like maybe what songs we can expect to hear or anything?
Man, I'll probably do some new stuff for the new project. Probably freestyle song too.
Cool. Yeah.
I fill out the crowd and see where, you know what I mean. So I kind of like let that determine where the direction of the show goes. But probably freestyle some, do some party rocking. I always do a song called Hope. I do a song called Stephanie.
Yeah, people want. People like.
So, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna probably do tonight.
My appetite just from the sight of y'all. The pictures looking different with the guys involved. Why you lying in your raps when you write it all? Why you trying to buy a grill when your tires fall?
Have you ever done the Plaza Festival before?
Years ago, man. I want to say probably 2013, maybe.
Okay, yeah, because it's been going forever. So this is the 26th one, I guess.
So a long time ago.
For sure,
when the Plaza was just jumping off. So
I like to, whenever I perform and write songs and all of that, I like to talk about myself and things I've been through and seen, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been through it all, seen it all. But this next song is about the ugly. Because in 7th grade, there was this girl named Stephanie, and she called me ugly. And I'm an adult, still bitter about it. I'm grown. But so I wrote this song. Real quick, the story goes like this. We were in 7th grade, okay? And I was gonna tell Stephanie, I wanna go with you. And so I had it all planned out. She was leaving gym class, I was going to gym class. I walked, she saw me, I saw her. Before I could even open up my mouth and say, I want to go with you, she was like, oh, you sure is ugly. And her friends laughed, just like my uncle just laughed. So I made a song. This song is called Stephanie, aka Super Ugly. But here's how it goes. I get to play the role of JB, and y'all get to play the role of Stephanie, okay? So I'm gonna point to y'all. I'm gonna say super, and then you point back at me and say ugly. Super. Super. You're not pointing, Stephanie. I see you. Super. Super. Let's go. Plaza Fest, get your hands up!
How long have you been performing in Oklahoma?
I started performing in high school, so a long time.
Put your hands up! Keep your hands up! Look, ever heard of me? Open heart surgery.
I know you're a big activist in Oklahoma City community, and so what is it about the community that kind of inspires you to be like such an avid activist and entrepreneur?
Really, I think the inspiration probably just comes from really loving the city and wanting to continue to get better. You know what I mean? Grow in whatever way. You know what I'm saying? And then also just wanting to fight injustice, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, all that stuff. And then with business, it's just wanting to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? And wanting to contribute something,
grow something, especially you do that. You had the Eastside Pizza House, is that right?
Yeah. So I have Eastside Pizza House. We opened in 2022, and then we opened Scrambled in 2023.
Get your hands up! Keep your hands up!
Very cool to see, especially because doing it on the east side and helping grow that community up and make that community better for sure.
And there's a lot of us, on the east side doing stuff, and really trying to buy back the block, but also, you know, really like stand on the shoulders of those people who came before us, and, you know, really not squander, you know, the opportunities we've been given. You know what I'm saying? That's why we did Eastside Pizza House, why we did Scramble, you know, and it's you know, like everything that we've done together. Like, you know, Eastside Pizza House, you know, I you know, open with my friend Truce. I've known her since she was probably 12, and then
grew up together.
Scramble, my bro Cordell, I've known him since we was like 19, 11, you know what I'm saying? And all the stuff he's done, like with Scramble, has just been amazing. And so,
The lyrics how I crafted, old dirty bastard, Korea and Asada, Caprices and Impalas. I'm a rider, and you don't wanna. I pray my words spread past Oklahoma. Black men, black skin, bad players smell with. And you so out for, homie, I'm so awesome. Tipping 4 foes out the sunroof flossing. Super ugly, the eyes of the beholder. Poster, over, I'm supposed to get closer. Closer, yeah, closer to the edge. But don't push me, I'm Mike Tyson in my head. Get your hands up.
I was reading on your website, one of your kind of things that you like to say is you like to use your music to change lives. Like, how do you go about that?
you know, I like to think of, like, you know, music and, you know, as an opportunity to touch people, you know what I'm saying? So whether you see me perform or you listen to a song, I want you to leave different than when you came, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. I really want it. You know, you come in the room, we gonna laugh, we gonna cry, we gonna smile, we gonna do everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean.
Go through all the emotions.
Yeah, and leave out different, you know. And you know, I just like I want my music to do for people what you know my favorites did for me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, imagine Stephanie.
Y'all ready? So this last song I'm gonna do real quick. Whenever I was doing it on tour, I would just jump into it. And then my homie, he stopped me. He was like, you know what? You should do that first verse of the song a cappella so people know what you was talking about. Because this song is called Hope. And if you like me, which I know a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, kind of came up at the same. And hope a lot of the times was all you had to wake you up in the morning, you know what I'm saying, to get you through to the next day. Your hope for something better, your hope for tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's all we had. So this song is called Hope. Remember I was telling the story in the song? I did, I'm sorry. And it goes like this. No more parties, no more new friends. Trying to tie these loose ends is starting to be a nuisance. I mean, I knew since they taught me where my noose went. These people too rich, ain't trying to hear your 2 cents. I was too sick, ODB built the blueprint. Live below the stars, rise above the moon. Everybody living, my people dying too soon. My pen moves, I'm really trying to heal wounds. Look, an eye for an eye can make the whole world blind. What would I decide if I go back and press rewind? My baby mama stressing, I'm so pressed for time. I don't just make plans, I see minute. I don't just make ends, I invent it. Make amends, then make the men and make up ends. Look, you tell the truth and they'll respect you more. Bet, put me in the booth and press record. My mom can work 2 jobs if I can learn to ride the bus. We can have a Christmas if they keep us on free lunch. I can get new shoes if my uncle do my fade. And we can eat spaghetti, cause spaghetti lasts. Let them cut the lights, we heat our home with the oven. I can get new clothes if I can share with my brother. Everything was beautiful, nothing hurt, I saw it coming. It's all real easy, making something out of nothing.
who was it that kind of inspired you to play music, or who would you say your music is styled after, if anyone?
I don't know what my music is styled after, but I can tell you who my favorites are. You know, Pac, Nas, MF Doom, Killer Mike, Merce, Brother Ali, Chuck D, Ice Cube, Scarface. You know, them the ones that, you know, who like really inspired me as far as like, you know, rappers, you know what I mean? So yeah.
That's great, yeah, because I'm always curious about that, because we always take something and kind of, you see something growing up and it's like, oh, I want to do that, you know, and you kind of start emulating that, and then you eventually find your own path.
No doubt.
And help it grow into something unique, hopefully, so.
Make them in and make them ends. Look, you tell the truth and they'll respect you more. Bet, put me in the booth and press record. My mom could work 2 jobs if I could learn to ride the bus. We could have a Christmas if they keep us on free lunch. I could get new shoes if my uncle do my fade. And we can eat spaghetti.
Are there any other forms of art that you practice besides music, like any kind of performing art? Do you like ever try comedy or acting or anything like that?
So I've acted in some films. You know, I've auditioned for films. I've like been turned out for a bunch of stuff. But acting is really it's way harder than people think it is. But I've done that. What else? I've tried comedy, like just like during sets, you know what I'm saying?
In between writing
between
some
songs and stuff, you know.
That's great.
Westbrook used to have when he was here, he used to have a comedy show.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
about it anyway.
And so one year I was performing and hosting, and so I had like a few jokes to try out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
But then also, you know, like I growing up, like I was, you know, art was my thing. So
I see you like draw.
I drew, I paint. You know what I mean? Cool. Like I've done a few murals. I did Plaza Walls one year too.
Yeah, so that's great.
So yeah, you know,
dabble. That's why I always ask that question. Because like if you're a creator of any kind, you probably it's like you got really good at this one thing. You probably tried other things along the way. So I always like kind of seeing how those things intersect and kind of how you learn something from one thing and apply it to something else that could be completely different. Like comedy with music, it's like you can use that in your music act because it helps engage with the audience and stuff like that.
I might do something tonight.
Just see how it feels. That's great.
My name is JBR. This is DJ Reaper.
What's one of the biggest challenges that you're currently facing or have faced in performing and trying to play music in Oklahoma?
In Oklahoma, I can't say I got no challenges.
Right. That's good. That's good to hear.
It's all good. You know, I think I think if I had to like try to like find a challenge, it's probably just, you know, getting people to pull up.
Yeah.
You know,
that's always a big
so that's
one.
why I don't perform a lot. Cause,
you don't want to overdo it.
Yeah. So like this, you know, like now, on my way here, I was telling my kids, I was like, man, I ain't really performed in a minute. I was on tour before this, so you know, but Oklahoma City, it's been a while. So, but yeah, you know, I think just, you know, really just getting people to pull up, I think, is a challenge, not just for me, but for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. I mean,
I always say like it's like the stars gotta align. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've had those shows where like it was deep and packed. You know what I'm saying? I've had those shows where I thought it was gonna be crazy and it wasn't. You know what I mean? So. The stars just gotta align. It can't be no Thunder games. Can't be no bad weather. Can't be an OU game
or the fair or some shit.
The stars gotta align. Right. You know what I mean? So
and it's hard to kind of you try to plan around that stuff if you can, but it's hard to. You just never know.
Yeah, right? But I'm not gonna front me. I've been blessed. You know, especially performing. I think I've done, you know, 5 halftime shows at Thunder games. I've done. I mean, like
in many large arenas.
That's why I say I don't have no. I can't say I got challenges because I know real people who really got real challenges trying to get on stage. You know what I'm saying?
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
What we got, Reed? Yeah. What's up, Ray?
What's up?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Look, making money ain't optional, and trying to get money is an obstacle. Used to think making millions was impossible. A lot of people got millions and they flossing them. Want me to think they banking from getting shows. Most of them are probably pimping houses selling dope. Cause living out of broke will make you sell your soul. The devil got a scroll and he take you
And how can people get involved to help in your efforts with what you do?
Get involved right now.
Yeah.
You know, my priority as far as like community-wise has been reducing gun violence in our community. So you can hit me up, livefreeoklahoma.com.
Okay.
There and find out what we're doing, and then
see where you can volunteer and things like that.
All of that, and then it's music-wise or just anything else. Just everywhere is at my name is JB. So
on the Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing you play tonight. So I appreciate you talking with me. And
thank you, brother.
Definitely, it's been amazing.
Tell Raven I said thank you for hooking it up.
All right, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate it so much.
For sure.
Thanks.
Money over women was a little rancid. Started dealing with them. Now I understand it. I don't care about much. I care about my kids, and that's enough. If somebody lies for you, he'll lie to you. Never lose sleep on how somebody do you. Now argue who's